Ladies and gentlemen, Al Burgo reporting live at the New York International Film Festival back here in New York City. Richard Hartice is here tonight, and he's got something to tell you about his movie. He's a great guy. People seem to like him, love him, and they can't wait to see his movie. And he's going to tell you a little bit about it. It's going to be aired here tomorrow night, Thursday, the last night of the film festival. Say hello to the people, Richard.
Hello, everybody. I've had a lot of fun meeting nice guys like this Al guy here, who we hope that will be in one of our future films.
Thank you.
Well, I'm tired at the end of a long day, and tomorrow's our big night, 6 o'clock, and Marathon is the film. It's a 35mm film, and Biju Viswanath is our Indian director, and Celia Dufresne is an Irish screenplay writer who's come. She'll be here tomorrow night. And most of the cast will be here too, so it'll be like 25, 30 cast people. So tonight's just a little mini. Thank you for being interested to ask a few questions.
You're a great guy, Richard. People seem to like you here, and I like you too. So that's why we're giving you a pre-interview, and nobody gets that.
Right.
You get it because you're a fine man.
One of the actors is Malin Tibal. She's Swedish, and she's a Reiki master. And I've recently become interested in Reiki, and it helps you. You know, it helps you organize your life and sort of try to be a good guy and all that. If you're a little too aggressive and all this kind of, it helps you.
Maybe I could use that myself.
Well, you
Soothe the soul.
It'll ruin your mafioso personality.
Yeah, that's right. They use me for all the mafia movie acting and stuff, but you know, maybe I could do a little Reiki and come down to earth.
I'll look after you. But the Marathon tells the story of William Meredith, and that's the whole point of it. William was my partner for 36 years and had a stroke in 1982, and for about 2 years he didn't speak or move. It was really very hard for us all, both of us. And about 8 years into that full-time nursing thing, I decided I really needed to change my life. So I decided to run a marathon. And as I trained and lost, you wouldn't know it from the way I look now, but I did 6 of them ultimately. But as I improved, so did William. And it ends with his winning the Pulitzer Prize, the National Book Award, and the Los Angeles Times Book Award. So all the major American prizes he won after his stroke, 25 years after a stroke. So it's a remarkable story in American letters. And
that's a miracle in itself.
Yeah. And so it's a story, it's not just about somebody who's been ill, but it's about confronting your mortality, the endurance that it takes to hang in there like a marathon. The marathon becomes a metaphor, really, for the endurance that it requires. I mean, we all have these big ones, you know, like the death of a parent, and how you respond to that kind of decides what you're going to be like later in life, you know, whether you're going to make it through and so forth. So that's partly what we're doing. And not all, but much of the money from the film, if we ever make any money, is going to be used to endow an arts center in Connecticut. Our home was declared a state landmark because William lived there and worked there. We used to have people like Robert Frost and Richard Wilbur and a number of other great writers come. So we're going to try to have it as a place where your artists can come, like Yaddo or McDowell, and you know, share a community and get some inspiration, maybe teach in the community, give art exhibitions, and so it'll be a way to continue his legacy and continue give me something to do too.
Sounds like you're doing something really fine and very gigantic. You know?
Well, it's a great group. You know, we made the movie, and so many people volunteered their services, and that generosity of spirit really is what enabled us to do it. You know,
you're giving people hope. Just talking to you, you're giving me inspiration.
Hey, buddy.
So I like that, and that means a lot because people need hope. People need to understand what's going on, and people are suffering in this world. Guys like Richie are keeping the hope alive, and I think that's a special thing. Yeah.
When something like this happens, I mean, my sister, she was going through a really hard divorce at one point, and she had a poster on her wall, and it was just the ocean crashing against these cliffs, you know, and the cliffs were all worn away, and the legend at the bottom said, "Things take time."
Absolutely.
And the point is, when something like a stroke happens, you think the end of the world is there, you know, but you know, then maybe take years, but there you are in a tangerine sport coat with a martini, and you're pulling into some Greek island on a ship, you know, and so things things improve.
In other words, the human body can heal in time. I believe that.
Well, the spirit.
The spirit. They say bring the mind and the body. No, bring the how do you say? Bring the fire.
Body and soul.
Do the right things, and one thing will overlap the other, and we will heal ourselves in due time. Maybe not where we were, but we will become better, physically, emotionally,
well, that's kind of
psychologically.
the goal, isn't it? And I think that's what. I mean, I've seen a lot of films here. I don't want to badmouth it, but I mean, there's a lot of violence and there's a lot of stuff in it. So I think we need some balance too.
Absolutely.
We need films. I think that the American audiences really want films that, that they aren't sort of ha-ha at the beach, necessarily. That we look honestly at difficulties, and see where it goes from there. And they don't all have to end happily ever after either.
Right. I just want to change the subject, absolutely, if you don't mind. Where are you from, Richie? What state?
Well, I live in Connecticut and also Florida. We bought a little place in Florida, West Palm Beach.
Okay.
Right. I was born in Pennsylvania, the hills of Pennsylvania.
Okay, the Rocky Hills of Pennsylvania. But you're here in New York City at the New York International Film Festival, so there must be something about New York that you like.
Well, I was a physician assistant at one point in my life, and I did 3 years at the Long Island Brooklyn Cumberland Medical Center.
Interesting.
So I did my rotations all over the city.
Right.
And I, psychiatry and gerontology and pediatrics, and I worked at St. John's Episcopal for a while as
very interesting.
In charge of the neonatology unit there. So
what unit?
This was in 1983, I guess.
What unit? What unit you said?
The neonatology.
What exactly is that? Don't give me these $50 words now, because you're confusing me. I only went to high school.
Well, that's for newborn babies, the preemies.
Oh, the natal.
Yeah, neonatal.
Neonatal. I didn't hear what you said.
Right out of the oven, as we said.
So that's good.
You hear little poem about that?
Yeah, go ahead. I know you're a poet, you're a singer. I mean, people love you down at the festival. You're an all-around guy. That's why I wanted to get this pre-interview with you.
Here it is. It's coming right up to Christmas with the preemies. Okay? Preemies.
Yeah.
So much gadgetry and blinking lights, you'd think they make them here. Or a dull display, each boxed in glass for Christmas shoppers. The preemies, the little babies. Bellies as small and delicate as coffee jar seals. Fingertips and ears all too tiny but perfect. Puppy panting, out of rhythm with their slow motion breaststrokes. The black nurse is covered in green, sterile, but she hums an ancient song behind her mask. She strokes them, she rocks them. Breathe, little baby, breathe. You must wake up now from your dark dreams. There's a new star in the heavens. We're waiting for you.
Nice.